Hi, I'm George, the Weather Dad, taking a look at your upcoming week's weather. We're now in the middle of April, so things should be starting to quiet down just a little bit, but it's still springtime, so anytime you get storms, we could see some severe weather. And it looks like there could be some as we work our way through the upcoming week because we're going to get another shot of some colder air here in the eastern two-thirds of the country. First, though, let's talk about your Monday. Not bad. Warm temperatures across the eastern two-thirds of the country. That's all going to change, though. You see that L there in the Rockies? Well, that's going to move in and it's going to tap some more Canadian air. By Wednesday, you're starting to see some of that cooler air working its way into the Great Lakes region. There's that system. It goes from the Rockies up into the Great Lakes. Still pretty mild, though, across the eastern half of the country and across the Oklahoma, Texas, and along the Gulf Coast. By Friday, here's that colder air, that warm air now starting to get pushed down towards the southeast. You see 80s and even 90s down here in the southeast, but temperatures are going to be dropping below normal again for next weekend. And normal high temperatures for the Ohio Valley, we're looking at mid 60s. So look for temperatures possibly down into the 50s for highs. Could be looking at some more freeze and frost possibilities across the Great Lakes and the Midwest. So if you have some plants already in your gardens, you might want to start thinking about covering them up. As far as precipitation is concerned here on Monday, a little bit in the Ohio Valley, there's that system we talked about there in the Rockies. It's going to push that warmer air up, and this is going to be a warm front. And that shows up here on our Tuesday. We could be looking at some severe weather for portions of Iowa, Minnesota, and Illinois and Wisconsin. Heavier rains in northern Indiana and across the Ohio Valley and pushing its way up into Ohio. There's that frontal system. We're going to have several fronts to deal with this week, and this is just one of them stretching down towards Texas. Can't rule out the possibility of some severe weather there for you as well. Looks like there could be some flooding up in this area. Now, by Wednesday, that system continues to get wound up and pushing up towards the northeast. There's that frontal system. It's going to be a very wet Wednesday for the Ohio Valley. It's also going to be breezy and, of course, also turning cooler. By Thursday, that system moves up into the northeast, drying out there in the Ohio Valley. Here comes the next system. And once again, we're looking at what we call a zonal flow, a lot of movement from west to east. So systems, when they push through, here comes another one right on its doorstep. And then here by Friday, you kind of see again another shot of some precipitation coming in on Friday, and that's also going to tap in some cooler air for the upcoming week. Now, what about a little bit later on? Here's the National Weather Service 6 to 10 day outlook, and it's looking for temperatures for April 19th through the 23rd, well below normal across this two-thirds of the eastern half of the country. Start warming up there for you in the West Coast. It's also going to dry out quite a bit below normal across most of the country except for the Gulf Coast and down in Texas. Looks like that's going to be a little bit stormier. And that's because, again, that cold air pushes everything down. The storm's track stays down to the south, and that's where we'll get a lot of the upcoming precipitation. So first half of the week looks like it's going to be fairly benign as far as temperatures are concerned, but then we're going to cool off once again. I'm George, the Weather Dad.